Hi, and welcome to Blossom Your Creativity. My name is Debbie, and I'm happy to have you join me today. On this channel, we do lots of DIYs. We do tablescapes for two, make faux foods, and decorating my home decor. And we join in on challenges. And from time to time, my mom, Grandma Sandy, jumps in and we have lots of fun. So come along as I learn to blossom my creativity, and I hope that I inspire you to blossom yours. If you like what I do, please subscribe. I'd love to have you part of my family. And if you like what I'm doing, please give me a thumbs up. This tells YouTube you like our content, and hopefully this will help us grow. Thank you so much, and let's get on with the video. It's fall, and I'm participating in a challenge, and I'll talk more about that later on in the video. So let's jump into DIY number 1, and I'm calling this my country bench. I took that crate, some craft sticks, and a cube from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to show you later on how I did the craft sticks. Here I'm just painting the wood pieces with some of the antique wax with a little bit of water, and then I just wipe it off just so you could still see the wood grain coming through. And then those little blocks, I'm going to use those for my little feet, and I'm using a combination of wood glue and hot glue because before I noticed when I just used the hot glue it didn't stick, and I'm sure it had a lot to do with putting that antique wax on there as well. So that's why I didn't put the antique wax on the pickets. I'll do those afterwards. So I left it pretty dry on that back side. So now here I am just placing my sticks where I think they need to be. I'm looking for the spacing and all that. And on the end pieces, I put those on the second rung, and then the ones in the middle, I put them on the last rung. I don't know if that makes sense. And then I just put some pieces, smaller craft sticks on the back, just to give it some support. And again, using wood glue and the hot glue. And then I had this piece of wire, and I thought, let me just make a little tiny pumpkin because I have this pretty orange twine. So I went ahead and just kept wrapping the wire, and then I have some greenery that I used in another project, and so I just put that on the top just to hide the ends of the wire, and it looks so cute. And then I use the burn method just to get those little fuzzy pieces off, but it turned out cute. And then I just used that for to hang on my little bench. So in today's challenge, it's called the Minis Challenge, and we're tasked to create at least 3 minis, and I have done that. And our host is crafted by Corie, and she is amazing. She does Dollar Tree crafts. She does hauls, so you got to go check her out, and I've put her link in the description box. Now on to DIY number 2, and I'm going to make some faux apples, and I'm going to use these 2 colors, and the first one is wasabi green and the other one was a true red. And so I'm just giving it a good coat. I love that color green. It turned out really pretty. And then I went ahead and decided to use the red for some red apples as well. And then I started at the top just to make sure I got good coverage close to the stem. And I don't think I show you in the video, but I also painted the stem with that same antique wax and water mixture. And here it is. You can see that I have already done the stem there. And now here I'm going to make my caramel apple mixture, and I'm just using Mod Podge and caramel paint. And I wasn't thinking clearly, but when I made these apples, I really needed a longer stem. I didn't do that, so I don't know. I wasn't thinking clearly. So I went ahead and I mixed it really well, and then I went ahead and dipped my caramel apples in. I noticed that there was some bubbling, so I tried to knock some of those bubbles out. Now, my first attempt was not successful whatsoever because there was way too much mixture, and then when I put it on the craft paper, it just puddled there, and it wasn't good. So I learned to, on the next one, to try to take off as much as possible. Now you don't see it because I'm off camera, but I'm putting these sprinkles on there, and I'm thinking, oh, this looks good, but I didn't realize I had so much of the mixture that the sprinkles were kind of pulling the paint right off. So that one wasn't very successful, but the other ones turned out okay. So you'll see them in the final reveal. Now on to DIY number 3. And these are some cute little signs that I decided to make out of these little wood blanks from the Crafter Square. And I took pictures from different calendars, the little smaller size pictures in the back, and then I used 3 different colors for my wood pieces. The first one, I'm so sorry I didn't get the color. The second one was just the white, and then the third one is the caramel color. And then I just went through and tried to distress the wood a little bit with a little bit of white. And you won't really see too much of it because the picture pretty much covers most of the little wood piece. And I actually had to have my husband cut that because I'm not really good with tools and I don't want to injure myself. So he cut those pieces in four little squares for me. Those little pictures from the calendars are so super cute. So I'm glad that I had a calendar left over from last year, and then I was able to get 2 new calendars this year. So after I had my pieces painted and dried, now I'm just going to apply the Mod Podge, and that way I can adhere my little pictures from the calendar. So this, I'm excited because I'm going to be doing this for a lot of those pictures on the back of the calendars because they're so cute, and it's really inexpensive, $1.25, and you get 12 little pictures and you get 12 big pictures, so it's a win-win. So here I'm just applying the Mod Podge on top, just so I can seal it, so I can go ahead and use it over and over again. And I'll just continue with each one. The pictures are so nice. I really like all of these fall pictures that were in the calendars. So I'm very excited to be able to use them in different, decor settings in the coming months. So after I complete that, and I let it dry, then I decided to go through and distress it just a little bit using that antique wax again, just so that it gives it a little bit of aged look. And so I go around the edges just to darken it up a little bit, and then I wipe it off with that napkin. Sometimes go a little crazy, and then I decide to do a little too much. And then I wanted to put a little bit on the picture itself, on the areas that were white, just to give it that more aged look. But it looks okay, but sometimes I think I go a little overboard. So I'm like, oh yes, let me just make it really look old. So let me know what you like, what you think about these little pictures. They are super cute. So now that I've got them all done, now I need a way to have them stand up. So I just took one of those Jenga blocks and hot glued them to the back. My very first one, I wasn't thinking very clearly, like, hey, you got to angle it so that it's going to sit properly. And so my first one, I didn't do that, but the other two, I did do it at an angle. So you'll see it in the final reveal. Now on to DIY number 4. And I'm going to be making a pumpkin patch out of this little crate. My husband removed one of the pieces of the crate because I only need a small one. And then we're going to use a piece of cardboard that I cut out for the bottom part. And then I'll attach it with some hot glue. Now my thought is to use another picture from the calendar to make a sign, and then I got these cute little pumpkins off of Amazon, but I think they were like really too small, so I decided possibly I need another idea, so we'll see. Now once I got my bottom half on, I decided I needed to have some rigidity, so I decided to place some Mod Podge in the bottom, and then once it's dried it would be giving me a little bit more rigidity to the piece. Now once that dried, I go ahead and apply the antiquing wax with water again, just to give it a nice coat, and then I wipe it off, and then you see the wood grain. So I just do that until it's completely covered, and then you'll see that I place some of that moss inside, and then I put those cute little pumpkins in there. Now they do look cute, but I thought I think they're too small. So I decided to go with a different approach, and you will see it down the road here. I'm making that sign. And here I decided I'm going to change it up and use these little picks from the Dollar Tree. But I don't like the picture on them. So I'm going to go ahead and paint them. And then I have an idea of how to place them in the box. So here they are, all painted up, different colors. Try to give it some variety with some yellows. And then I'm not sure why I showed that burnt umber. But anyways, here's a little vine that I had, and I just took some of the leaves off and I hot glued it into those little holes where the picks were, and then you will see it in the final reveal how I placed the pumpkins in my pumpkin patch. Well, here you made it. It's the final reveal, so let's check it out. So there's my cute little bench with my cute scarecrow, and it is looking cute. And my pumpkin patch, look at how cute that is with the vines running through it. I love how it turned out. And my pictures, so cute. I just love them. If you guys haven't thought about using those pictures, you've got to do it. They're so cute. Now let's see the slideshow, and I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by, and please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. I'd love to have you part of my family. Bye bye now.